Guest 1337 has a big problem, and we all know it. This survivor is notorious for being extremely unreliable, yet an astonishingly popular choice despite all of his cons. Guest has one of, if not the most unreliable kit in the game, since he is extremely prediction or reaction based, which leads to the majority of Guest players. This guy is in desperate need of a rework, and I think many people will agree. While I do enjoy playing Guest myself, I mean, I have him level 325, I beg and pray for the day he gets reworked in a way that makes him more reliable instead of just minor changes that marginally help. I keep seeing this hitbox drag tech going around where you react to the hitbox of killers with M1s that are too quick to react to, such as Slasher and Coolkid having 0.2 and 0.1 second windups respectively, which is insane that people have to go to such lengths just for a 3.5 second stun that won't even hit half the time. The literal RNG based survivor himself, Chance, the gambling man, is more reliable and consistent than Guest, which really puts into perspective how bad this has gotten. Now, I have some ideas that can make him a more reliable survivor and a viable choice. Let's begin with how his abilities work as of writing this. Passive. His passive gives him an extra 15 health and a higher hit priority, allowing Guest to always hit his blocks / tank damage if he is within another survivor. Blocking gives him another tier of hit priority, going from 2 to 3 for the duration of the block, allowing for Guest to always block over another Guest. This is fully countered by killers who can hit multiple targets such as Slasher's M1. Block. This is his first ability. Blocking makes Guest raise his arms to brace for impact, applying resistance 5 for 1 second, and an 80% speed reduction for 2 seconds. If the block is hit, he gains speed 1 for 2 seconds, and the killer is slowed by 30% for 1 second. This grants Guest a punch charge. Charge. This ability puts Guest in a shoulder bash pose for about a second and a half, which when missed, gives him slowness based on this equation. Colliding with an enemy knocks them back and applies invincibility for 1.25 seconds, locking the killer's abilities for the same duration. Stamina will not be gained during this ability. Punch. This ability allows Guest to punch the killer, granting resistance 2 and stunning the killer for 2 seconds. Resistance 3 with a 3.5 second stun if this is used within 1 second of a successful block. Now, this seems fine at first, but when the killer is good, then that's when it becomes a mind game nightmare, just for a 3.5 second stun that hardly lets Guest catch a break. So I figured I'd give a go at rebalancing him. Now, I am not a balancer at all, not even in the slightest. So chances are these are probably horrible balances, but bear with me. Passive. The passive keeps the 15 health and hit priority, nothing changes. Block. Blocking makes Guest raise his hands, bracing for impact. This grants resistance 5 for 1.5 seconds and slowness reduction for 2 seconds. Upon successful block, Guest is granted speed 1 for 2.5 seconds, and the killer has movement reduced by 30% for 1 second. Punching within 1 second causes a parry. Charge. Nothing changes, however the knockback is significantly increased and the slowness is capped at 10 seconds instead of 15. Punch. Guest begins the match with a punch charge, keeping the 0.8 second windup. It has a 35 second cooldown, and if landed, it stuns for 3 seconds and parries stuns for 4. I forgot to mention, upon a successful block, his punch cooldown will be restored. New ability. Always be strong. This has a 20 second cooldown. Upon activation, Guest pulls out a picture of his family and looks at it for 3 seconds. This makes him lock the fuck in and gives all of his abilities a 0.5 second windup, makes his punch deal 1,000 damage, gives him 200,000 health for 2 minutes, and makes him the killer now, removing all of the killer's abilities, making him the survivor now! Jokes aside, this guy needs a rework, or a rebalance at the very least, due to the fact that he is easy to bait and punish, which makes playing him against competent killers a mind game hellhole. Due to the fact you have to go through so many hoops just to get a somewhat consistent block is crazy to me. I hope one day they release a rework or some sort of change to him that makes him significantly less miserable to play, because he is genuinely one of my favorite survivors due to the whole block and parry mechanic. I hope this video finds you well, and that'll be all. Thanks for watching.